What's up, people? What's going on, future real estate agents or people that just want to learn about real estate terminology in order to advance their vocabulary when it comes to real estate? Alright, so last time we were in part 10. Yeah, part 10. So this is part 11. And last time we were in the M's, the letter M's. So we'll continue today, if you like, at the ends. Alright? Alright, so here goes the series of New Jersey Real Estate Exam Review Study Guide with me, Valencia. Alright, everybody. Alright, so let's start with the N. Alright, so the first word is National Association of Realtors. National Association of Realtors. This is a private, nationwide organization of salespersons and brokers. National Association of Realtors. A private, nationwide organization of salespersons. Alright? Okay, the next word is negative amortization. Negative amortization. This is a gradual building up of a large mortgage debt when payments are not sufficient to cover interest due and reduce the principal. So it's a gradual building up of large mortgage debt when payments are not sufficient to cover the interest due and reduce the principal. So it's a negative amortization. All right. Okay, the next word is net lease. Net lease. Net lease is a lease requiring the tenant to pay not only the rent but also some of all the cost of maintaining the property, such as taxes, insurance, utilities, and repairs. That's a net lease. The other type of lease is be considered a gross lease, but this is a net lease. This is where the tenant will pay extra costs such as maintaining the property, such as taxes, insurance, utilities, and repairs. Alright, that's net lease. Okay, now the next word is net listing. Net listing. This is a listing based on the net price the seller will receive if the property is sold. A listing based on the net price the seller will receive if the property is sold. Under a net listing, the broker is free to offer property for sale at the highest price he or she can go to increase the commission. This type of listing is illegal in New Jersey. So basically, this is like, let's say a house is worth $500,000, right? And the seller's like, all right, he talks to a guy that's helping you sell that. Let's say you're the agent, right? And the guy's trying to sell the house for $500,000. He's basically like, okay, look, I'm trying to sell this house for $500,000. I know that it's worth about $510,000, but whatever extra money that you make after $500,000, that's yours. You know what I mean? So that's basically illegal in New Jersey, because basically, let's say an agent could sell the house for like $2 million, but then since he said that he only needs $500,000, then he would be able to keep $1.5 million. So that's basically like why net listings is considered illegal in New Jersey. In some other states, I think it's legal. Yeah. Okay, that's net listing. All right. Next word is New Jersey Association of Realtors. New Jersey Association of Realtors. This is a statewide group of real estate licensees who choose to join the organization. A statewide group of real estate licensees who choose to join the organization. All right. Okay, the next word is New Jersey Housing and Mortgage Finance Agency. New Jersey Housing and Mortgage Finance Agency. This is a lender of low interest mortgage money in certain target areas. Lender of low mortgage money in certain target areas. New Jersey Housing and Mortgage Finance Agency. All right. Okay, the next word is the New Jersey Real Estate Commission. The commission. The New Jersey Real Estate Commission. These are administrator of the real estate licensees. I believe it's 8 people. The administration of real estate licensees. All right. The next word is non-conforming use. Non-conforming use. This is a use of a property that is permitted to continue after a zoning ordinance prohibiting it has been established for the area. A use of a property that's permitted to continue after a zoning ordinance prohibiting it has been established for the area. So this could be like, let's say you lived in an apartment for like 30 years, and then since 1980 you bought the house since 1980, right? And let's say you put garbage cans in front of the house. You just, the way you have it set up, you have garbage cans in front of the house. And then in 1990, the zoning laws said you can't have garbage cans in front of the house for whatever reason. But since you had the house and you started doing that before 1990, in 1980, then you are able to continue to do that still, even though after 1990 is considered zoning. It's illegal according to zoning laws. But since you've been doing that since 1980, you are allowed to do that still. So that's considered non-conforming use. You know, it's like seniority, something like that. All right. Okay. The next word is note. Note. A note is an instrument of credit given to attest a debt. A note is an instrument of credit given to attest a debt. Note. Okay, the next word is novation. Novation. This is a substitution of a new contract for an existing one. A substitution of a new contract for an existing one. A novation. Basically a new contract to replace the other one. Alright. The next word is obsolescence. Obsolescence. It could be referred to as like external obsolescence, locational obsolescence, functional obsolescence. If you remember, external obsolescence will be, again, like an airport. Let's say you have a house and you build it next to an airport, and since it's next to the airport, there's a lot of traffic all the time because there's a lot of people going into the airport. So that might bring the value of the house down because of so much traffic, right? Because of the quality of life or whatever. So that brings the price down. So that's an external obsolescence, nothing to do with your house, the physical house where you live or where you bought the house, but has more to do with the external obsolescence, something that brings the value. It makes a difference in the value. All right. Okay, the next word is offer and acceptance. Offer and acceptance. Okay, offer and acceptance is when two essential components of a valid contract, a meeting of the minds when all parties agree to the exact terms. Offer and acceptance. Do you want to buy this house for $500,000? Yes, I do. I accept. Offer, acceptance. Do you want to buy for $500,000? Okay, cool. I'll buy it. Offer, acceptance. Meeting of the minds. Okay, the next word is open-end mortgage. Open-end mortgage. This is a mortgage loan that is expandable back to its original amount after the principal has been reduced. A mortgage loan that is expandable back to its original amount after the principal has been reduced. An open-ended mortgage. Okay, the next word is open listing. Open listing. Open listing is a listing contract under which the broker's commission is contingent upon the broker's producing a ready, willing, and able buyer before the property is sold by the owner of another broker. A listing contract, open listing, is a listing contract in which the broker's commission is contingent upon the broker's producing a ready, willing, and able buyer before the property is sold by the owner or another broker. Open listing. Okay. Contingent is like condition. All right. The next word is option. Option, an agreement to keep open for a set period, an offer to sell or purchase a property. An agreement to keep open for a set period, an offer to sell or purchase a property. An option. Package loan. Package loan. Package loan is a method of financing in which the loan that finances the purchase of a home also finances the purchase of certain items or personal property, such as a refrigerator, stove, or other specified appliances. Let's say you buy a house, you get a package loan, and maybe you like the couch, so then they might include that on the package loan. The couch. It could be anything. It could be the refrigerator, the stove, or other specified appliances. I think you could add that in a package loan. I don't have the experience of that, but it does say appliances. So maybe it's not a couch. Unless it has a built-in refrigerator. Okay. The next word is parcel. Parcel. A specific piece of real estate. A parcel. Parcel. A specific piece of real estate. A parcel. Okay, the next word is parole evidence rule. Parole, agreement that the written contract overrides spoken promises. Agreement that the written contract overrides spoken promises. Parole is like afterwards. Parole evidence rule, agreement that the written contract overrides spoken promises. So basically an agreement that a written contract overrides something that was spoken. All right. The next word is partition. Partition. This is the division that is made of real property between those who own it in undivided shares. The division that is made of real property between those who own it in undivided shares. So you could ask for a partition. Let's say you own a company, like a joint common company, and then let's say you have 3 owners, and then 2 of the owners want to continue the company, and one of the owners doesn't really want to be in it anymore, so he could file for a partition, so he could be removed from the company. All right. Okay. The next word is partnership. Partnership. Partnership is an association of 2 or more individuals who carry a continuing business for profit as co-owners. A general partnership is typical form of joint venture in which each general partner shares in the administration, profits and losses of the operations. A limited partnership is administered by 1 or more general partners and funded by limited or silent partners who are by law responsible for losses only to extend their investments. Partnership, an association of 2 or more individuals who carry a continuing business for profit as co-owners. A general partnership is typical form of joint venture in which each general partner shares in the administration, profits and losses of the operations. Okay, the next word is party wall. Party wall. This is a building wall that is located on or at boundary line between 2 adjoining parcels of land and is used by the owners of both properties. So it's basically a party wall, a wall that shares both parties. So it's a party wall. So they share the same wall. All right. So it's a party wall. They could party with equal they could party equally on the wall if they wanted to party, but it divides both parties. Okay, the percentage lease. Percentage lease is commonly used in malls. Rent is based on the tenant's gross of sales. So it's basically a percentage lease is like, let's say, like you have a mall, or you have a big I don't know, it could be a big store, and then you decide to divide the store into different little stores, and then each store, they make, I don't know, you could put in like a small Starbucks, and then a barbershop, and then I don't know, like a place where they sell alkaline water, I don't know, and then you'll put them in the same area, right? And then this one makes 100,000, this one makes 50,000, this one makes 60,000, but they all pay equal rent. So a percentage lease could be like they all pay the same amount of rent or similar amount of rent if it's the same space, but the one that makes a little bit more pays a little bit of more of rent, because they work on a percentage lease, so they could benefit more depending on the type of business that is conducted, right? So if it's a good business, you get paid more. As an owner, you get paid more. And if it's not a good business, then you at least get paid the rent. All right. Okay. The next word is percolation test. Percolation. It's time for the percolation test. It's an investigation of soil absorption and drainage. Investigation of soil absorption and drainage. So percolation test is the investigation of the soil absorption and the drainage. Drainage. Okay. It's time for the percolation test. All right. Periodic estate. Periodic estate. This is an interest in leased property that continues from period to period, week to week, month to month, or year to year. A periodic estate is an interest in leased property that continues from period to period, week to week, month to month, or year to year. An interest in leased property that continues from period to period. Periodic estate. Okay. The next word is personal property. Personal property is all property that is not considered real property. Real property is basically anything that's attached to the land. So that's real property. All right. Personal property could be if you have a backyard and then you have like you have chickens with eggs. The chickens and the eggs are your personal property. Okay. All right, that's the personal property. If you have a king size bed, that's personal property. All right. If you have something that's attached to the house, like a door, that's not personal property. That's real property. Okay. All right. Okay. The next word is physical deterioration. Physical deterioration. This is loss of value due to wear and tear or action of the elements. Physical deterioration. Loss of value due to wear and tear and action of the elements. So when you move into an apartment and then you move out, there's always like common sense that there's gonna be physical deterioration, you know, because somebody lived there. So the regular stuff that happens when somebody lives in an apartment, physical deterioration. Okay, the next word is pity. P-I-T-I. Pity. This is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance components of a regular mortgage payment. This is the principal, the interest, the taxes, and the insurance, which are the components of a regular mortgage payment. Pity. Pity. Oh, I get it, because it's the P, the I, the T, and the I. Principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Alright. The next word is Planned Real Estate Development Act. Planned Real Estate Development Act. This is land requiring registration of certain developments in New Jersey. Land requiring registration of certain developments in New Jersey. Planned Real Estate Development Act. The next word is PUD. P-U-D. This is Planned Unit Development. Planned Unit Development. This is a planned combination of diverse land uses such as housing, recreation, and shopping in one contained development or subdivision. A planned combination of diverse land uses such as housing, recreation, and shopping in one contained development or subdivision. PUD. PUD. Planned Unit Development. Planned Unit Development. Okay, the next word is Planning Board. Planning Board. Planning Board is the municipal body overseeing orderly development of real estate. Planning Board is a municipal body overseeing orderly development of real estate. Okay. The next word is plat. Plat. Plat is like a map. It is a map. It's a map of a town, section, or subdivision indicating the location and boundaries of an individual properties. Plat. It's like a map, but then it has sections of town and subdivisions indicating the location and boundaries of each individual property. Okay, that was plat. Plat. The next word is point. Point. This is a unit of measurement used for various loan charges. 1 point equals 1% of the amount of the loan. A unit of measurement used for various loan charges. 1 point equals 1% of the loan. So let's say you're gonna get a loan for a house, and then I don't know, you're gonna have $10,000 down payment, and then let's say the house is worth $1 million, right? And then, or let's say it's $500,000, and then you wanna pay less interest rate of the house. And let's say the interest rate right now is 6.7%, right, on a 30-year loan, right? So let's say 7%. So on 500,000, the interest rate will be about 3,500. So it'll be 3,500 a month, just on interest. But let's say you pay off a point, that would reduce the interest rate instead of 7% to 6%. So you'll be paying, instead of 7%, you'll be paying 6%. So instead of paying 3,500, you'll be paying 6 times 500,000 will be 3,000. So 3,000 a month. 6 times 5, 30. 3,000. You just move the zeros. Okay, so 30,000. So instead of paying 3,500, you could pay 3,000, but then you have to put more money down to buy off a point of the interest. So then you have to negotiate that with the lender. Okay, so a point is basically an interest amount when you close. Okay. The next word is point of beginning. P-O-B. P-O-B. Point of beginning. This is in metes and bounds. Legal description: the starting point of the survey, situated in one corner of the parcel, also called the place of beginning. In metes and bounds, legal description: the starting point of the survey, situated in one corner of the parcel. This is the point of beginning. P-O-B. Okay, the next word is police power. Police power. Police power is the government's right to impose laws, statutes, and ordinances, including zoning ordinances and building codes, to protect the public health, safety, and welfare. Police power. The government's right to impose laws, statutes, or ordinances, including zoning ordinances and building codes, to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the peoples. Police power. Okay, the next word is portfolio loan. Portfolio loan. This is a loan not intended for sale in the secondary market. Portfolio loan. Loan not intended for sale in the secondary market. Okay. The next word is power of attorney. Power of attorney. Power of attorney. Power of attorney is a written instrument authorizing a person, the attorney in fact, to act as an agent in behalf of another person. Power of attorney. So let's say when you get old and then you have like a kid or a nephew or niece, and then like you can't read anymore, you can't figure it out anymore, like your brain is not working no more, and you could give the power of attorney of all your things to whoever you trust. So the power of attorney is like you give them the power. They represent you like an attorney, like your agent. You know what I mean? It's a power of attorney. And it's a written instrument, so it has to be on paper. All right, the next word is premises. Premises. These are the lands or tenements and estate, the subject matter of conveyance. Premises is the lands or tenements and estate, the subject matter of conveyance. Premises. All right. Premises is like the location. Okay, the next word is prepayment clause. Prepayment clause. A clause in a mortgage that gives the mortgagor the privilege of paying the mortgage indebtedness before it becomes due. Prepayment clause. A clause in a mortgage that gives the mortgagor the privilege of paying the mortgage indebtedness before it becomes due. So if you want to pay early, that's the prepayment clause. Okay? Opposed to that is the prepayment penalty. Prepayment penalty. This is a charge imposed. Prepayment penalty. This is a charge imposed on a borrower who pays off the principal loan early. So let's say you want to pay off your loan early. Some loans do prepayment clause. You have to look out for that. Because what if you win the lottery and you want to pay your house right away? Or what if you make more money than you thought you were going to make and you want to pay off your house quick so you can save that interest? You know what I mean? Because interest adds up. You know, you can end up paying your house like 3 times its value if you wait the 30 years, or if you pay like just the minimum, you know? So I think it's important in the contract to see that there's no prepayment penalties. That if you pay early, that is okay. That if you pay early, then you save that interest that you would have had to pay. You know? Okay. The next word is price fixing. Oh wait. Primary mortgage market. Primary mortgage market. This is lenders who make individual loans directly to borrowers. Lenders who make individual loans directly to borrowers. Primary mortgage market. Lenders who make individual loans directly to borrowers. I think this could be considered hard money lenders. Like people that just give a loan, but the interest rates are super high, so you gotta watch out. Well, most of the time they're high. So if you flip houses, it can make sense. But if you don't flip houses, it's just super high interest. Unless you'll be expecting money soon, so then you get the hard money loan just to separate the house or to make the deal, to make the contract or whatever. But yeah. Okay, the next word is principal. Principal. This has 3 definitions. The first definition is a sum lent or employed as a fund or investment as distinguished from its income or profits. A sum lent or employed as a fund or investment as distinguished from its income and profits. Okay, that's principal. The second definition of principal is the original amount, as in a loan, of the total due and payable at a certain date. The original amount as in a loan of the total due and payable at a certain date. That's the principal. All right. And the third definition is a main party of a transaction, the person for whom the agent works. So the client, they call him the principal too. All right. So your client could be referred to as your principal or your client. All right. All right. Okay. The next word is private mortgage insurance. PMI. PMI. This is insurance that limits a lender's potential loss in mortgage default, issued by a private company rather than the FHA. Insurance that limits a lender's potential loss in a mortgage default, issued by a private company rather than the FHA. So basically, if you are buying a house and you don't have money for the down 20% of the down payment, most usually, then you will have to get PMI insurance. But then after, let's say you do have to get PMI insurance in the beginning, then you could just, after a certain specific time that you already paid off a certain amount, then you could get the PMI removed. You just call them and you say, please remove my private mortgage insurance, and then you can get it removed. All right. Private mortgage insurance. Insurance that limits a lender's potential loss in a mortgage default, issued by a private company rather than the FHA. All right. Okay, the next word is probate. Probate. Okay, probate is the judicial proceeding to confirm the validity, if it's valid, of a will. Probate is the judicial proceeding to confirm the validity, to see if it's valid, of a will. Okay, a probate is like, let's say you die, let's say somebody dies, right? And then they never made a will, right? And they never made a will, but they have kids, right? Until they could confirm that the will or the house is supposed to go to the people that it corresponds to, the government takes it. Until a judge says, okay, this house belongs to these people. Until then, that's considered probate, like it's in the possession of like the court. Probate, that's what it's called. The judicial proceeding to confirm the validity of a will, to see if the will is valid. Okay, the next word is probation. Probation. The least severe discipline available to the Real Estate Commission. Probation, the least severe discipline available to the Real Estate Commission. So if you are a real estate agent and you do something wrong, the first thing they could do is put you in probation. You know what I mean? Like a warning, right? Probate. The judicial proceeding. Okay. You guys could check on probate to see how it works, if it's with a will or without a will. What I understood is that without a will, they could go into probate. Okay, the next word is procuring costs. Procuring costs. This is the broker responsible for bringing about a sale. Procuring costs. Procuring costs. Basically, the person that brought the sale. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you help somebody sell a house. You're an agent, right? And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna help you sell this house within 3 months or within 6 months or whatever time limit that you want to give them, or they accept, whatever. So procuring cost is like procuring costs is basically, sorry, let's say you help sorry, got stuck. Okay, let me stop at procuring calls so I can let them use my parking spot. Okay.